And so some questions about smart contact we have here. One is smart contact is driving my spouse crazy. He thinks I'm taunting him. He gets angry when I remain calm and listen. How can I communicate with him when he gets angry? And this is from a lady named Celeste. Celeste, if a person gets angry, they're getting angry for a reason. And when you say he feels like you're taunting him, I'm going to assume that you're doing smart contact in a very intelligent way. Hopefully, you'll have our smart contact toolkit. It's relatively inexpensive. I think it's $27. And in that, Kimberly Holmes, our CEO, my boss, and I go through quite a bit of information about how to do smart contact, what it's not, what it is, those kinds of things. And so I'm going to assume that you actually aren't taunting him. Now, if he's getting angry, anger is almost always based on pain. It means something hurts. And that can come from a number of different things, such as a violation of expectations. You say, what do you mean? If he's wanting you to argue with him, if he's wanting you to have conflict with him, and he's trying to have conflict with you and you're not doing that, then that would be what we would call a violation of expectations. He's wanting something that's not occurring, and that causes him some degree of pain. Now, if you say, oh, wait a minute, Dr. Beam, why does he want to have conflict with me? You realize, of course, that I don't know. I mean, if I could tell you exactly what the other person was thinking all of the time, I'd be an extremely wealthy man. I can't do that, and neither can you. As a matter of fact, there are times when you do things that even you don't know why you do what you do. And that's certainly true of your husband or your wife. Sometimes they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. So what are some potential reasons he'd want to have conflict with you? Maybe he feels guilty, and therefore having conflict with you somehow helps him with that guilt. Maybe he's just heard about something and he wants somebody else to hurt as well. Maybe he feels that you don't understand him, and he's thinking the way that he can get you to understand him is to make you mad so that you start feeling some pain on your own. You understand, it could be those or a number of other reasons. Now, if you say, so this is not working, actually you said it's driving him crazy, then we would still recommend that you don't change the pattern of smart contact, assuming again that you're not actually taunting him. You say, well, why not change it? Well, what do you accomplish if you have conflict with him? In other words, he gets angry because of the fact that you're being calm. He gets angry because of the fact that you're listening. Is he going to get less angry if you argue with him? Is he going to get less angry if you get emotional in your response and you guys go at it with each other? Is it going to make things better if you do that? You see, at least when you're being calm and when you actually are listening, you have a possibility, hopefully a probability, but definitely a possibility that at some point he begins to realize she's really listening. She's really there. Now, you can't control whatever pain's happening within him. You can't control wherever this anger is coming from, but you can ask. And so in that kind of a conversation, if indeed he starts getting angry, you might say something such as this: I really don't want to make you angry. I really don't. And the communication process I'm using is not designed to do anything but help me understand you better. So please help me understand what I'm doing that's so frustrating to you. And then listen. If you're going to ask a question like that, listen non-defensively. Don't try to justify yourself in anything that you do or say. Truly listen. My guess is that he's going to sputter around for a while. Therefore, certainly don't react to the first thing that he says. He may sputter here and then sputter there and then sputter over there until he finally himself gets to it. Because sometimes, particularly with men, they think out loud. And so if you ask a question like that, don't react to anything that he says. Just keep listening. And you can ask more questions as long as they truly are for information. Not trying to taunt him, not trying to aggravate him, but truly, truly trying to understand. Gentle understanding questions, you can do that, but don't react.